All right, this is hopefully going to be a brief video. What is this that I'm showing you? Besides a mess in the background, please disregard. It is actually not my space. It's a space that is being borrowed to me. But yeah, that is my box of copper stuff. So back to this. What is going on here on this bed? I might be doing this just for me. I might be posting it. I'm not sure. But here I am. I've got the deck I've been playing with. So what we have here, and maybe this is something for me to, pay attention to for this new full moon. This is me setting up a type of sacred space, if you will. Some people call it an altar. I have this, let's talk about the energy that I brought in here. I'm about ready to do a new moon meditation by someone I really love, has an Egypt connection, and I will be traveling to Egypt very soon. I'll be traveling there about December 1st and be there for 2 weeks to meet a group. My hope is to record different things while I'm there in Egypt. I'll be posting them on Instagram and then longer videos possibly on YouTube. And now that I've said that, I need to be held to it, right? So you can come with me to Egypt and get that Egypt energy that's going on. So let's talk about what I've set up here. It's a little crude, yes it is, but what I'll talk about first, what I'll do is I'll do this first. Take a deep breath, hold for 3 seconds, let out for 4 seconds, and then hold for 3 seconds. And breathe normally. I'm just gonna set the space. I love this bowl. I just bought it. And we'll start off here. Feel that energy. This is green Tara. If you like, in your head, you can say with me, Om Tutare Ture Tutare Tore Soha. Om Tutare Ture Tore Soha. Om Tutare Ture Tore Soha. So, just like Kuan Yin, green Tara has her own energy. And we're going to bring that into the space. Green Tara is a part of the Sophia Dragon Tribe. See this book? If you're seeing this book, you're meant to read this book. There are many codes and activations in this book, connecting with Green Tara, Kuan Yin, Isis, Mariana, who is Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, and I feel like there's a couple more, but I'm going to move on so I don't digress. Here we have Ma'at energy, right here, ancient Egyptian magic. This came to me again recently. Ma'at is also over here. Came into my life a little while ago, like a year or so ago. I had a call to go to Egypt 3 years ago. It was Egypt or New Mexico, folks. And what a diverse type of thing. I ended up going to an Era of Peace conference, which is where I was definitely meant to be at the time. And Egypt was put on hold because I was unfamiliar, a little scared, by the way, to travel so far away. I've never done that before without anybody else. This time I am joining a group that has arranged everything there. So I'll be there for the 12/12 portal and receiving activations. So whatever videos I take during that trip, you guys will also be receiving those energies along with me. And I'll do my best to explain what comes through and transpires as I'm with this group. So there is the Ma'at energy. Here we've got the infinity sign, which is also part of Metatron. I've got many different things, many different crystals. I've never worked with skulls before. I've recently reached out to people to ask them if they're selling their crystals and they're not a business and they no longer feel like they want them in their life or they want them to have a new life, if they would mind contacting me. And what I got was a whole box of crystal skulls, which someone advised me to set a grid with and tune in and see what they have to say. That would be new for me. So here's obsidian. Here's the crystal geode. We've got some Hawaiian energy back here, Lemurian energy. We also have Lemurian energy right there. That crystal right there, which it won't let me zoom in. Oh, there we go. Here we go. This crystal right here is a quartz crystal energized at Mount Shasta. Yes, that is some of the copper wire work, my wire bending that I do. I bend in that way for different crystals. They're the right size. And this has the Mount Shasta Lemurian energy. Since we're over here, we will look over here at, this is Mary Magdalene. So we got her both in the Sophia Dragon tribe. We've got her again, once again, right, with the Metatron symbol up above. And since we're here, we will also go over here to the goddess of love, Venus, is joining us today. And what we have here is Archangel Michael overseeing the space, protecting the space, just keeping my energy where it needs to be. Sanat Kumara, we have here, Planetary Logos. If you're seeing this book, wow. This is a short little book that just has so many insights just by following along with his journey, his story. If you don't know what a planetary logos is, this book will help you find that. What else do we have here? I have love between the goddess of love and I have Mary Magdalene. Why do I have love here? Well, for one thing, love is very important. All we need is love. What else can I tell you about this? We've got the rose, which is also signified by Mariana, which again, is Mother Mary. I like to say Mariana. I somehow connect with her a little bit easier that way because of religious stigma. And if anybody, have you ever read Anna, Grandmother of Jesus? Ooh, another wonderful book about the Essenes and what transpired before Jesus came around. So we've got love, we've got a little personal stuff happening here, some crystals, we've got some pink quartz, we've got the rose, celebrating the divine feminine. And this particular love is like just to hold love. Many people think it's romantic. There's a little bit of both happening here with what the stones that I've put here that have significance for me. So I'm bringing a balance into a love life, like romantic, if that is to be. I'm not sure that it is to be right now. Oftentimes I'm like, oh, I can totally do this on my own. I'm told we're not meant to do all this on our own. Yes, both, right? But an interesting thing recently, here's another book, Voice of the Heart. Someone recently told me that I met up in Shasta. He could feel energies in different ways and usually tap into different things. And he had a particularly difficult time tapping into what he considered. He's like, I usually kind of, feel into the soul and I'm able to instantly kind of get something about them. And it was hard for him to get something about me, which I think is a good thing, because although I don't feel like I protect my energy like purposefully, sometimes people put these bubbles around them and they're very, I just always know that I am always protected. See that Archangel Michael? Yeah, I am always protected, provided for, loved. Always find safe places on my journeys where I go. Always bring in people that can add to my life. So, voice of the heart, Neil Stephen Cohen. If you're seeing this and you ever want to connect to the consciousness of your heart, this is the book for you. Wow, is all I can say. I'm halfway through it. So, where was I? Yes, we talked about personal stuff, love. Love is all around us. We also have here the Seven Sacred Flame book. Again, we've got the same symbol here that we have here. Mary Magdalene holding that, right? So we got doubly of that. I seem to have doubly of a lot of different things on both sides. I don't know if you noticed. To me, Sanat Kumara is also over there. Yes, that is a picture, a rendition of Buddha, but I see that for me as Sanat Kumara because I have this little cute statue. I actually have to find it. There's my copper getting energized as well during this session. This cute little Buddha that looks just like that. It has his head tilted to the side. It's very fun and playful, which is what I want to bring to all of you, is love. Really knowing what it is to connect with the heart, that kind of love. We're not necessarily talking romantic, although it sometimes involves it. Seven Sacred Flames here is another way of connecting with the Mount Shasta energies. If you're seeing this book, Aurora Louise Jones talks about the coupling, basically, of different ascended masters, who they go along with, the divine masculine and the feminine. That's very much balanced in this book, which is very important for all of us, whatever gender you are, having that balanced within yourself. Here we've got the Kabbalion. This has come into my life a couple times. Thoth, Emerald Tablets. Haven't read this book yet, but here you go. If you're looking for it, that's that book, and you're probably meant to see it. So a lot of different books. Don't feel overwhelmed at all. This seems to happen to me quite frequently, where all of a sudden I have all these books come into my life and I'm like, oh my gosh, do I have time to read all these books? Let me see. Well, cutting out watching like Netflix and Prime and all that definitely leaves a lot of space, right? So that's possible. So what else we have here? So we have, there's Ma'at. We've got Egyptian energies. By the way, here's my itinerary for Egypt. Super excited. Lots of places I'm going. There's actually museums we're going to. I didn't think that would necessarily be a part of it, but somehow it is. And so here we are back here. What is this? This right here, we have also joining us the Angel of Abundance. See there? Little skull again. That's going to be a symbol of the gold coins that come to me on a regular basis from many different sources. So it's a little, I thought, yeah, you know what? That's kind of a nice reminder to keep in my pocket. The Angel of Abundance. And what is the Angel of Abundance sitting on? It is sitting on, what do we have here? Freedom, liberty. Yeah, that's what it's sitting on. Here in this folder are many different things that I am lawfully discharging. And we have, Ma'at here with her Justice of Feather. She's going to be overseeing everything. We also have some Kesmet. Am I saying this correctly? Energy, and yes, it's rough. Look, there's a line here. This line is actually supposed to be white, so imagine it white, because that's what I'm connecting to, is the white lions. Eventually, I'll probably have a little fun one day and paint this lion properly. So we have the energy of a lioness, a lion, brave heart, the heart of a lion, basically. So we're soaking in some of that. We've got the bee energy, which is productivity, pollination. You know, think about a bee and what it does, the diligence it has. It goes about, it makes sweet, sweet nectar, right? Very healthy nectar, by the way. If any of you ever fast and do like water fast, you can supplement with and do honey and see how that feels for you. Definitely something to research for yourself. Different types of forms of honey, always raw, never from the store. Find someone who's a beekeeper or a local farmer. And what we have here, you know, drinking from a water of life. Here we go, we got water. I didn't even think about this. Water energy, which is beautiful. And working on purifications of the waters everywhere I go in the US. Getting to a point where it's just kind of within my body and known that when I go to a water area, there's purification happening for the waters themselves of the earth, connection with the earth. Is there anything else I need to talk about here? We have the card. This card from the Sacred Rebels deck is called Shock of the New. Shock of the New. Am I going to read this now? I'm not sure. Let's just talk about what I see in here. See kind of the web of life going on around like her left eye. Ooh, we've got the Metatron symbol in there. We have what seems to be like a, I don't know, mandala of a lotus flower. We have vibration. We have the throat opening. Look at that. The higher heart almost and the throat. Look at that throat sparkle. Look at it vibrate. Look at the resonance coming off of that. We also have some sacred geometry happening around the third eye. Can you see that? It's very subtle, but it's there. We're lighting up the third eye. And the crown is also lighting up. Do you see? Connected. Above her head also. Soul star connected. Sunflowers. I'm not sure what sunflowers represent, but I'd like to look it up. Sunflowers. The sun. Fire energy, right? The sun, fire energy. And the softness of a flower. Earlier I did a different card reading that was pulled that had to do with a sapling, a seed, and nurturing it into the flower that it is, or the plant that it is. So maybe nurture. Ooh, I noticed that she has two different colored eyes. Do you see that? Brown and blue. I'm going to be really interested to read the description of this card when I do that type of reading. And here on the right, music, piano, speakers, possibly. Hearing in a different way. Letting the vibrations come in. Balance of resonanic sounds. Is that a word? Resonic. It's on her left side, technically. Like if I were her, it's on the left side. I often hear a tone come from my left side. And I've started to pay attention, and I do this little thing of, I hear you, because I do feel like it is a connection being made through the ether to me. So shock of the new. We will find out what shock of the new is in that next video. And I'll do that, and I'll post a link to it below this one. So, oh, and we have the shell. Let me just show you right now. So we have more ocean energy, spiral of life. I will call it, we are in the Christed spiral is what I will say, you know. Nothing is linear.